Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm standing here with Chris, the head choreographer of Ilinden, Sydney. We'd like to ask him a few questions in regards to the Tanit tour and what it means to him and so on. So I have a few questions prepped. I'd like to ask Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself, your experience within the Macedonian folklore.
So as Peko said, I am the head choreographer of Ilinden. I have myself been dancing for since age of 4, so 26 years now. I've been a choreographer at Ilinden for 12 years. My role has really been to, mentor the up-and-coming youth. Not just while mentoring them as people, but, teaching them the cultures, the rituals, the traditions through song and dance, basically keeping it alive. Moving into the head choreographer role, it's been my job to sort of prepare the dancing, the folklore for the next 10 to 20 years by, mentoring the up-and-coming choreographers, ensuring that they know, what's needed in order to, nurture the talents of our younger generation and keep it going for the next 20 to 30 years.
Chris, what does Tanits coming to Australia mean to the Macedonian folkloric dancers here?
Look, I think it's something very important. I've had the pleasure of seeing Tanits come to Australia last time in 2007. It was a fantastic event to see. It's something that, not only for myself, I think for every dancer out there, Tanits are the pinnacle. They are the example of what it is, for Macedonian dancing. They're all in sync. You've got the live music, the fantastic costumes, So I guess watching them will help inspire the next generation, because it's important, it's a lot of the community speak about keeping up the Macedonian identity alive for the next 20 to 30 years, and what better way than to inspire a younger generation, to keep it going with the dancing. It's very important. I get goosebumps when I watch them, and, I want, every other dancer out there to watch Tanits dance, to have that feeling, of, goosebumps. You come in each week, you rehearse, you practice, and, just seeing what the pinnacle is like and being there to embrace those, that energy that they, give off during their concerts is, I think very inspirational for the younger generation.
Chris, what challenges have you come across promoting the Macedonian culture here in Australia?
I guess first and foremost, when you talk about challenges, being so far from Macedonia is, I guess, the first challenge. Second challenge is a lot of the kids that dance today, we're born here. So, they're the first few challenges that we need to overcome. And, I guess we've done a fantastic job at that. One of the biggest challenges we find is resources. So what I mean by resources, you're looking at music, you're looking at general information. If you need to find information about, a specific dance in a specific region in Macedonia, you can't always just ask someone from the street here. Being in Macedonia is a bit easier. The best way we've been able to overcome that is, we've reached out to Tanits. Tanits have provided music, they've provided, information about, whether it be the dancers or just general traditions and so forth, songs as well. Tanits basically, they create the dances. So you can have the two elements. You have the traditional and you have the artistic, and you need a good blend of both. So what I mean by that, you have the artistic elements, something that's great and something that's creative, but we are doing Macedonian folkloric dancing. Now these dances are in representation of each region that they're done. Now, the dance needs to represent the steps that, people's forefathers used to dance. So if you're doing a dance from Prilep, from Prespa, you want to know, is that how they danced back in the time? Now to make it a bit interesting is where you add your artistic elements. That's what Tanits do to the dancers, and before any dance has been ticked off to be performed, a panel basically need to approve that, hey, well, these are the elements that are from this region, these are the uniforms and so forth. So it's vital you keep that. And, having that, without that will be very, very difficult.
After hearing what you've got to say, would it be safe to say that that is our storytelling? That's the way of keeping our culture alive?
Yeah, definitely. It's, stories through, whether it be song, whether it be through dance, that's portrayed to the public. That's, it's, you used to see people, different cultures, doing storytelling through, whether it be song, dance, or, just any way. Well, whether it's through a storybook, we express that through our song and dance. So it is very important.
Chris, Ilinden Sydney was established in 1966, and I believe from day one we have been using Tanit's material, their steps, their choreographed moves, and so on. What would happen to groups like Ilinden Sydney if we did not have the support of Tanit?
Look, I won't say it's a problem just for us. I think it's a problem that's going to really affect the whole Macedonian community, the whole folkloric community, because we have the biggest issue, I guess our biggest challenge of losing that support will be the fact that we have our neighbouring countries essentially trying to claim our own folklore as theirs. So if we're not there showcasing what it is, what Macedonian song and dance is, it's going to be taken from us. We've already seen others claiming the gaither, the kaval as being their own. I've had experiences of, claims that songs like Bitola Moiro Den Kray and so forth do not belong to the Macedonian people. And it's something that's very sad to see. It's something that, without Tanit's support, of creating these dances, of providing those resources, we won't have any new material to showcase. And what happens when you don't have new material to showcase? If you're always showcasing the same thing, your audiences will start to get bored. Then the spiral effect of people not turning up to events, and it goes on from there. So we'll end up with essentially nothing.
Seeing Tanit is days away from arriving on our doorstep here in Australia. What are you expecting from the Macedonian community?
Look, this is a legacy that's gone, for 50 years. We've preserved our culture here at Ilinden for 50 years. We're looking to carry that on for the next 50 to 100 years. So to the community out there, I expect you there in full force. We're very passionate, we're very driven, we're very keen. It's important that we come out there to support this event, to support, our future generations, to keep that song and dance going.
We had rough estimates that just before Iliden's 50th, and we estimated 5,000 students going through the ranks. We also had, I believe, on the night, 300 plus performers return. How did that make you feel seeing 1,800 people in the crowd chanting, clapping, inspiring the younger ones? How'd that make you feel?
Look, it was an ecstatic feeling. It's something that, drives you. You look at any football team around the world, how they always say that the audience, the crowd, the fans are essentially that, the 12th man on the field. It's very important. It was very, I guess, the moment we went out and we heard the cheers of the audience, all nerves were gone. It really allowed us to have the energy, to have that passion flow through with it without the nerves. So, the audience do play a very, very, very big part. Seeing the numbers out there is just, it's a great feeling.
Any final message or something you'd like to say?
Yeah, look, on the 24th of November, Sutherland Entertainment Centre, I want to see all our kids, all the dancers across Australia, across New South Wales, the parents, the community, come out, support. Let's, support our country. Let's support, our future generations in keeping, the Macedonian identity alive. So, love to see you all there.
So what I'm hearing is, us as Macedonians, if we don't support our own, who will support? Thank you.